Hey everyone, it is Tanya. Welcome back to the channel, or welcome if you are new here. Today I am back with another apartment renovation, and this is actually another unit in the New York City Brownstones that I've been working on over the last couple of weeks. I will have the exterior of this build linked down below, as well as a bunch of the other units that we have decorated. But today I am decorating an apartment for an archaeologist, which I was actually really excited to do. If you're not aware, we have the archaeology skill that came with the Jungle Adventure game pack. I wanted to call it an expansion pack for some reason. So we have a lot of items that are like artifacts and different things that you can unearth, and it's a really cool idea. And I thought that a lot of the new items we got actually with the Crystal Creations pack made a lot of sense, all of the different tools. So I thought combining those packs together to create an apartment for a sim who is into archaeology would be really fun. So I really hope you will enjoy this one. If you do and you'd like to download it, by the way, it is not yet available in the Sims 4 gallery. It will be once I finish all of these units. I'm going to upload the furnished version of the Brownstones. But in the meantime, if you'd like to just grab the version that has none of them decorated except for the big household over on the left, I do have the empty version on the gallery. You can find it under my EA ID, which is Gryphi, Gryphi. And you can find that under the hashtag Gryphi as well. And that information is also in the description down below. I'm hoping to have all of the apartments done within the next week. So hopefully these will be available to download very soon. I do want to take a little bit of a break from working on them though. I've been working on them on stream every day. If you didn't know, I do stream over on twitch.tv/Gryphi. And we've been working on these apartments pretty much nonstop lately. And I'm probably going to take a break and work on a couple of other things. So I'll probably be doing the rest of the apartments in my own time, but hopefully they will all be done in the next week or so. And that'll allow for a little bit more variety on the channel as well as far as content goes. I feel like we're getting a lot of variety with the different types of apartments, but I'd like to build some stuff as well. But anyway, we are working on the kitchen now, and I adore how this kitchen came out. Something about that lamp in the corner is just so beautiful. It's from Jungle Adventure. I also use this base game tile in this really fun pattern. It's definitely dated. It's one of the tiles I feel like a lot of us call like one of the ugly ones in the game, but I think it is so pretty. And I'm going to be changing it to the blue swatch here momentarily to match the table and chairs that I used, which I think are so stunning. I don't think I've ever used that table before. It's in base game. It came with an update a couple of years ago. It's such a beautiful pattern. And I was just having a lot of fun with mixing a bunch of different furniture pieces together. I imagine that this sim travels a lot, so I felt like having things from all over the different Sims worlds made sense. And I really liked this one. It was a fun concept for a build, and I love the variety we're getting in this apartment building. But as you can see now, I'm trying to put down the archaeology table. That's where you can work on that skill. And I also keep grabbing some items from the Crystal Creations pack, like the tools that I put on the kitchen table here, to really show, the skill that this sim is working on. And then I'm just getting some lights over the table as well. I believe those ones are from the Desert Luxe pack, if I'm remembering correctly. And I, of course, got a cookbook here in the kitchen. And I really liked the rug I put under the table. I thought having a beige rug would be nice to kind of tone down the room because there's a lot of color going on, and I didn't want it to feel too much like I just threw color everywhere. So I was trying to be strategic in my placement of different items, swatches, textures, all of that. And I think it came out okay. Definitely let me know what you think of this apartment. And of course, if you have any other ideas for apartments to do, I think I have everything written down I'm going to finish up this unit or this building with the exception of one unit, I think. So I would love some suggestions on what you would like to see. I'm really excited to get this finished up here soon. But anyway, finishing decorating this side of the kitchen, I got some curtains up, which I'm actually going to be using these throughout the rest of the apartment. They are from Cats and Dogs, and they are perfect medium wall height curtain. I thought that they were really nice in this light blue swatch. And then I wanted to get a hutch over in this corner, and I do change it out. I'm pretty sure because I kept trying a couple of different ones, and then I realized I could use the new display unit from Crystal Creations and put a bunch of artifacts in there, which I thought was perfect and another way to sort of combine these packs. So I end up having one of the little golden frogs, I'm pretty sure, or maybe I didn't do that. I added one of the golden plates instead and a couple of these fossils and a few of these other items as well. We have some crystals and stuff. And I just think it looks really nice. But I thought the gold plate in the back added some much needed height on that top shelf. So that's what I ended up adding. And I think it's a really cute space to display some of those things this sim has found on their adventures. I think Jungle Adventure is actually a really cool pack. I particularly like the build items. The kitchen set that I'm using in here, the counters and cabinets are from there. And this basket is from that pack as well. I'm just scaling up a plant from, I think this one is from the Greenhouse Haven kit, if I'm remembering correctly, and putting that in the basket just to add a little bit more texture. And I think that's pretty much it for the kitchen. I just needed to grab a trash can, and we are moving on into the living room. In here, I did use this couch from Growing Together and this beautiful, bright, colorful rug from Laundry Day. I use this rug a lot in builds, but never in this really vibrant swatch. There's a more faded out one that I use quite often because it's colorful but neutral. I've never used the bright swatch, and I just thought it worked so nicely in this space, that pop of color I was looking for. So I was really happy about that. And then I end up using this. Do I keep that end table? No, I don't. I thought about using the new end table that also came with Crystal Creations, but I ended up going with this one instead, which is from Movie Hangout, because the interior of this house was definitely, or this apartment was definitely going for more of a boho vibe. And I thought that this looked so nice here. I love that it's like a folded down table and the beautiful paintings on it. So I really enjoyed that. And I'm just going to clutter up the space, getting some books and stuff and a couple more of these like artifacts that came with Jungle Adventure. And I think it looks quite cute. Oh, we also have so many more cool items that came with Crystal Creation. So I decided to add some more tools over here. They're pretty close to where the archaeology table was, so I decided that made the most sense. And I'm going to also bring in some of this brick texture from the outside of the building to add some more visual interest. And I thought that these paintings from, it's not Strange Reveal, Paranormal, were so good for this area because they feel like parts of them are artifacts the sim could have collected, paintings over their travels. I think I said Strange Reveal because it has one of the plants on the collection of paintings. But I added that there, and I added a couple of tapestries over in the corner as well from the Horse Ranch expansion pack. And just like, I think I had a radiator over there. I tried a couple of different things, but I'm pretty sure I ended a radiator in the end because that's pretty realistic for these apartments. I also added light switches, which isn't something I remember to add most of the time in my builds, but it's just such a nice realistic touch. So I was really liked that. And we're trying to find a coffee table now. I'm pretty sure I kept this one from base game because I like all the clutter underneath it. And then I added a coffee cup up here as well as a chessboard, just like a couple of clutter items to make this space feel like it's lived in. And here's that radiator I had mentioned. I picked one of the ones that the paint is kind of peeling off. I liked the idea of it being a little bit older. And then I am just moving these tapestries so that they are lined up and changing the swatches so they continue on. And yeah, just rearranging where I have the archaeology table. I couldn't decide which wall I wanted it on, so I kept rotating it, but I'm pretty sure this is where it stays in the end, so I could fit a chair over here, and I opted for this one from For Rent. It matched the curtains perfectly, so I really enjoyed that. And then I'm just moving the lamp over because I thought it made more sense to have more light for the work you're doing. And I added a plant in the other corner instead. And then I got a couple of diplomas on the wall as well for, you know, wherever the sim went to school. I thought that that was kind of a fun idea. Not too much left in this living room, though. I just wanted to get a bookcase here. It's a 2-wide archway, so your Sims can still get through there, no problem. I just felt like it needed something over here, and I thought that this base game bookcase was perfect with all of the little knickknacks and stuff on it. I really felt like this sim needed to have a good amount of stuff. I don't feel like their place is messy, but it definitely has some clutter and things they've collected through their adventures. So I really wanted that to be represented in this build. And yeah, over in this corner, I just add our temperature controls and our fire alarm. And I believe I had a little poof over here, if I'm remembering correctly. Yeah, I'm going to grab this one right here from Cats and Dogs, and then we're moving on into the bedroom. I really was thinking of using the Jungle Adventure bed at first, but I just didn't feel like it matched the rest of the house. So then I tried a couple of other ones, and I'm trying to remember which one I went with in the end, because I was really considering this one from high school years that is more of a boho style, but I think I went with this Seasons bed instead. It just felt correct. It was like the right tones, I guess. And it's not one I use as often. The other Seasons bed I use so often, the other double bed, because I like the way the blankets kind of pool on the ground. But I thought this one worked nicely here, and I got some bedside tables that look like they're luggage. Those ones are from City Living, and I tend to like to use those when I have a sim that's traveling a lot. And I assume this sim probably does. They probably go to Salvadorada a lot and probably other worlds as well. But that's primarily where the archaeology skill comes into play. But yeah, just decorating the space. I got a little oil lamp on the bedside table. This beautiful wall sconce. I believe that is from Courtyard Oasis, if I'm remembering. I keep saying if I'm remembering correctly, but there are so many kits in The Sims 4 now that it's kind of hard to keep track of them. But I think that one's from Courtyard Oasis. And yeah, I just got some books and some other clutter to put on this bedside table. Try to make it feel full and complete and realistic. I really liked that plant I added. That is from Discover University. I think the pop of the red planter was really nice. And then I just got some magazines and some glasses. And then my favorite piece of artwork I put up on the wall over here. I try and use it in every build. And once again, I didn't end up keeping it because I feel like I use it too often. So I ended up going with this piece from Jungle Adventure instead. It's really cool and not something I use very often. I feel like I might use them more often if you could scale them down. But when you scale them down, the shadow stays the same size, which is really disappointing. So I only was able to fit one of those over there. But working on the bathroom now, it's actually off of the bedroom. So it's not like the most ideal layout. But since it's only a 1-bedroom house, I don't think it's that big of a deal. So using the same tiles I used in the kitchen and then bringing in this really pretty floor tile from For Rent. Also have a gorgeous shower from Jungle Adventure. And I love the exposed brick in here as well. I have it throughout the apartment, but something about having it in a bathroom I thought was really pretty. And just getting the same sink I've used in pretty much every bathroom in this building. I like that they all match. Some have different metal colors, but they feel very like New York to me. Having like it's not a pedestal sink, but it doesn't have any storage underneath. So I thought that was quite realistic. And it's actually just a really pretty item. I think that one's from high school years. But anyway, in the bedroom, I'm finishing up by getting a dresser here, also from Jungle Adventure, pairing it with this mirror from For Rent, and cluttering up this area with a couple of things, including the new jewelry box from Crystal Creations. I love that item so much, and I really feel like it's going to be in almost every build I ever do from now on, because I've just always wanted a jewelry box to put on a dresser, and we finally have them in the game, so that's really exciting. And then I just got another little box here, and I think another little plant, or maybe I change out the plant. Oh no, books. Yeah, I have to add a couple books because I add those on pretty much every surface in the game. I feel like it just makes everything feel a little bit more full, and it's realistic to have just books everywhere. And then I was building this on stream, and my chat reminded me that I didn't have the Jungle Adventure mirror in here, and that was a crime since I was heavily using that pack. So we had to readjust the curtains in here to fit this mirror. And with that, we are heading on into screenshots. I really hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up. You can subscribe to the channel if you'd like to see more, and click that bell to be notified when I upload. Thank you so much for watching, and enjoy those screenshots. Bye, everyone.